Not sure if my mic was on there. I'm going to start this over again. Welcome to Boogie's Fortnite Home Remodel Basics, where we try to remodel homes and stay alive. Welcome to the first ever show. I will be taking you through a home that will be our first remodel on the circuit. Looking at where the map takes us, we want to get somewhere where we're going to possibly be near the circle, so we have some time to build. But also we can, always have to dump. We're going to start here. This is usually a pretty good spot. It's up on a hill, so if nobody else drops there, you're pretty good to rebuild your home. And it's near enough to the middle of the map that you can get about anywhere pretty quick. So we'll take a nice jump. Now, in selecting your neighborhood where you're going to go and rebuild, it comes into a lot of what you want to do. Do you want to spend more time dealing with neighbors, trying to kill you, trying to smash your home down? Or are you more interested in building up a nice, beautiful home that you can sit in for about 5 minutes before having to flee the storm? Now, some people like to start from scratch and entirely build their own homes in the middle of fields, in the middle of battle sites. You can do that. And a lot of other people like to just go straight for the big city and Tilted Towers and deal with that. But, the square footage per price and the overpopulation causes a whole bunch of issues on its own. So, we're going to start off by arming up, make sure we get enough supplies, and then we'll worry about what actually matters in this game. Building your home. Oh, see? And I'm dead. So, somebody else wanted this home a little more than I did. So we'll give this another go. You can always do this with squads or with a duo. If you have a nice, lovely couple, you can do it together. One person can play defense and one person can handle the remodel. The downside with that approach is, you sometimes one person will design it the way they want, and then you get into a little custody fight over how the home should go. Me and my beautiful wife, we love to do our home in different styles. She likes the more classic, I like more modern. So, when we get into it, it can be an all-out brawl. Sometimes worse than the other people in the game trying to come kill us. So, let's see. Just getting my firing down a little bit. I'm a little rusty. Season 5 has just kicked off, so I'm getting used to some of the new weapons and some of the new approaches. So, looking at the new map under Season 5, we got Lazy Links, beautiful golf course opportunity if you want to be at the country club. If you're looking for more of a small town feel, you've got Tomato Town here. I think we're going to go over here in the desert area. The reasoning I like the desert is you get, beautiful scenic views, very Southwest style homes. But at the same time, there's a lot going on in the area. You get some decent foot traffic, but not too much. The hard part is if the map pushes you out because of the storm early, you're stuck. But often with these new rifts in map Season 5, that can kind of help. So I don't normally come to the little town here, the Paradise Palms, but as you see, you can get a condo with a pool. You can end up right here in your own full house. We're gonna start in this back one, and we're gonna remodel this beautiful home here. As with every remodel show, the first step is to knock down all the walls, tear up everything you don't like about it. This bookshelf gone. We're gonna tear this wall down. I'm a big fan of having more sturdy traditional walls. If you can get a lot of brick supplies or metal supplies. But in the desert, that can get kind of hot. They use a lot of that stone style in Arizona and southwest Nevada. Get rid of this little guardrail. See, this you start to lose with this kind of ceiling, you lose some space. I'm a taller guy, so for me, it's kind of a pain. As you see, the map has already told us we're going to end up having to move. But we've got plenty of time. So, we've got some treasure here. I'm a bit of a pirate. I can't turn down a treasure chest. And that's the nice part about remodeling. Sometimes you find some stuff in the walls that's just absolutely gorgeous. It's just an absolute treasure. And sometimes, you know, one of the best experiences is if you're tearing up some old carpet and you find a little bit of hardwood that's been sitting there because somebody was foolish enough to cover beautiful hardwood. You know, nowadays, you know, millennials, my generation, we don't really care so much about carpet. I mean, yeah, you might want a little bit of carpet, but, you know, our parents' generation put carpet over everything. Now, this kitchen is kind of outdated. You can see some cracks in the walls and the materials, so we're just gonna take this counter out. I actually had counters like this at one point in the house my wife and I had. We're currently trying to sell it, so if anyone's interested, feel free to message me and I'll give you the deets. But, you know, we redid the kitchen. Had a lot of beautiful hardwood throughout the home, so we didn't want to redo too much. You know, and like I said, you want to get some supplies here. Yeah, that's an old TV, box TVs, you know. One thing that we're looking at doing moving forward is also including a bit of a, is some of the landscaping remodeling. That's something that we do. Particularly if you're a fan of the forest. These bushes make easy chopping if you're a low maintenance kind of guy and you're not really used to all this stuff. So this has got the washer and dryer in a separate garage-like unit, you know. Who wants to go all the way to the garage just to do their laundry? You know, now if it were attached, but if it's, you know, in this neighborhood, you know, you can get pretty rough sandstorms, so you don't want to have to deal with that. So we're going to knock these out. We're going to take this down, and we're going to end up making this into one unit. Now, how far do we have to go? We don't have to go too far. And, you know, if we had a fireplace, we could probably stay even longer, you know, heal up. But, you know, we've been focusing mostly on this rebuild, so we're going to do this for a bit, and then we'll see if we can find a golf cart and get out of here. So now, we're going to make this one nice big set here. Get this little junker out of here. And it's a little retro, but I'm more of a classics 50s kind of car guy, not this 1970s style. This wallpaper is not my favorite. I'll be 100% honest. So we're gonna come back to that. We're gonna build a set of stairs, right? Again, we've got to make this even out a little bit. Here we go. Because this slanted ceiling here is kind of problematic. You know, for tall guys like me, you lose a decent amount of house space. And look at this, you lose the whole back corner you could have had. Now, we're a little behind in the storm, so we're going to have to abandon this home. You know, but you kind of see where we're going with this, right? You knock this out, you add a whole full second level. You could even add an attic. Now, these nice slanted ceilings are good for some heat. You know, in this desert, that's probably why the style is pretty popular here. And, you know, people here like this, and I don't know. I'm not a huge fan, but I understand the reasoning behind it. So we're going to take off and see if you hear some gunfire. So that tells you this may not be the safest neighborhood in the area. At the same time, we've got a rift over here we can jump in. This will get us pretty far pretty quick. So we're going to do one of these, and we'll go look for a new home. Alright, so we're going to go this way. So straight ahead we've got Retail Row. Again, it's another one of those neighborhoods that's pretty rough these days. You can go Salty Springs over here to the west. Again, both neighborhoods have a lot of foot traffic. We've got fire from down below. We've got a lot of activity in these places. And, we're gonna keep moving for a bit. This is not the neighborhood we want to be in, but we're near enough to being out of the storm that we don't have to be 100% worried. And it looks like nobody's come through here yet. And you know what? I know we've already got one of these guns. I'm a fan of guns myself. You know, Second Amendment kind of stuff. And I'd rather have 2 shotguns than a dirty old revolver. Especially in this game where you've got quality weapons. So I'm gonna drop this revolver. I'm also a fan of grenades in this game, but I can't ever... Oh. So let's see. We can make this house work. This is a little small home. It's kind of a bait shop / home. Oh, see, this is the problem with these slanted ceilings, you know? So we're gonna knock this out. Again, it gives you an attic. You know, a lot of people like having an attic. I grew up without attics myself, so... And we're just a little too close to the storm. So... we'll try this little house. This is out of the storm. We'll come in here. We will do a little remodeling in this. But you know what? At the end of the day, this one is another one of those ones that need more time to really give it the attention it deserves. You know, you don't want to short one of these poor homes. Like they're beautiful little homes. You want to make sure you give them all the attention they deserve. You know what? We're gonna go this. But I like that shotgun too. This is one of those classic dilemmas, you know. I need the kills with the grenades, but oh. And we get the nice kill. So we're going to go back inside. Take our time. We're going to use one of these up. Because God knows we need it. And we're going to take this. And probably we're going to leave this. I love that gun, but I don't do a lot of damage with it. And, you know, as much as the burst isn't as great a weapon, at least the medium bullets give a little more heat. So, again, that was probably the person that was shooting at us as we were trying to pick our spot. You see some people clearing some land ahead. This is a lot like old Pioneer times where people were very territorial. You know, you'd get people fighting over a square mile, and you realize, well, that's probably not the best place for me to be. And so we've got some weapons on the ground ahead. A good sign that people have fought it out here. We'll keep an eye out for anybody still on the ground, still on the move. You know. Again, this is somebody who tried to build a makeshift home in the middle of nowhere. Some frenemies decided to take it away from them, force them to move. Now we're back in the circle. We've got some decent supplies. We could build up around here, but, you know, we're kind of exposed. This is one of those places where, you know, you gotta worry about your neighbors coming, trying to kill you, and, you know, this is a good little space. These woods over here is a nice little spot if you just want to camp. There's a good campsite over there, but at the same time, it's also kind of difficult to really build a home, and that's what this game is all about, isn't it, folks? And we've got someone across the way. Someone's over there clearing some stuff out. It's probably a good spot for us to go. You know, this is near a lumber yard, and sometimes the best options are to take what someone else has already done. So the person that was over here is gone. So like this area may not have the greatest property value, but it might not be the kind of place you want to pass on if you're looking to build a nice defensible home. Now, like I said, this is pioneer times, so people are going to come try and take your home and take you out, right? We saw a gentleman over here, or a lady. Not sure where they went. Probably into the woods. But with the direction of the storm, we're going to have to head left of Tomato Town. Now, in this round, we've had to do a lot of moving. Sometimes it's best to stay light on your feet and keep in mind. So somebody here has gone down into Tomato Town. Let's see. Do we have anybody down there? Oh, we got one person crossing in. And they're moving pretty fast, so we're not going to worry too much about them. Not yet, at least. We will deal with people. So the nice thing about Tomato Town is it's a nice little community. It's got some good home value. You're near the woods, so if you're more of an outdoorsy person, you don't have to be right in the midst of things. You can go more on the other side, which is more hilly and field area. We've got more building over there. A lot of people love this area. It's a good spot to build up and get comfortable. This is one of the most beautiful homes in the area. It's a beautiful two and a half story. Nice red brick. You gotta love the red brick homes. They are beautiful. I like to go in and see this inside. Oh, this wallpaper's gotta go. You know, but we don't have time. We're in the circle now, so we could take the time to remodel. You know, this is a half attic over the garage. This bathroom again. Look at that tub. Oh, the disrepair of the previous owner kind of breaks your heart, you know. We're gonna go check out the attic up here. I know the attics in these old homes have some good insulation. Sometimes they need a little bit more. You know, you got some solid, you know, divisions. You could break this into several little spaces. You could definitely tell this was definitely a location of a fight. So we're gonna squat here for a minute and watch our backs, because I know there's someone over here. And we're gonna... I wonder where he went. Oh, I took my eye off him. We're in the storm, so you know what? We're gonna start our rebuild here. Somebody's tried to patch one of these floors up. It's not the best way to do it. Steel is better for walls if you're really trying to build a defensible home, but as a flooring, it's almost a waste, you know? Unless you're trying to make sure no one knocks anything down. But that's hard to ensure, you know? Even steel walls come down. Everybody remembers the story of the three little pigs. You know, I'll huff and I'll puff. And, you know, it may not be the wind, it may be a set of grenades, or it may be a nice placed ballistic missile. You know, I love chimneys, they're beautiful, but at the same time, they're fire hazards. You know, this furniture's gotta go. Look at this. This is just... Oh, we got a little supply drop here. A little drop box. And we're going here. We're going to take this away. This is a lovely table, but we're remodeling. We don't need to keep old, you know? That's a huge problem. You know, you want to make sure everything matches when you do your remodel. Don't have it go all the way. You know, get a new fridge. Look at that. That fridge really has to go. These cabinets gotta go. You know, make sure you get another ventilating ceiling fan over your oven like that. You don't want smoke and grease to build up in your home, in your kitchen. You know, it's very important you have one of those. Oh, we got a bookshelf here. So we're gonna have to move soon, but there's no rush right now. We're gonna be heading this way. Looks like people are still kind of doing their own buildings, you know? Like I said, I'm a fan of taking something and remodeling, to each their own. I'm not the greatest builder in the world. Oh, we've got somebody over here. I'm not the greatest builder in the world, but I'm a pretty good remodeler, you know? Ooh, we've got some decent weapon cache up there. I'm wondering if somebody's trying to build their home up there, but looking at the location, it's definitely a tough spot because of where the storm is gonna go. We've all got some time. We got some sniping going on. You see Frankenstein just killed somebody, you know. Oh, and it's time to move. Oh. Good little shield. It's always good to have a nice little shield, you know. Also, look out for traps. Booby traps. People like setting booby traps. You know, if you want to trap your home, that's one thing. You know, because they don't kill you, but at the same time, they devalue the resale. You know, if you're trying to resell, we've got a guy here. And there we go. Alright, so, oh, we got another guy coming out of the storm. We're gonna see, this is where the previous builder could have done a little bit more with their home and offered a little build out over the hill here. Let's see. See, but I love being up on hills. It's a great spot for the view. 360. Oh. Didn't get a good shot on the guy. Don't want to draw too much attention to yourself. You know, this is an old, a relatively newish old structure. You know, would have loved to see the guy done a little bit more work with it. Oh, and somebody found me. And he as well has a sniper rifle. So we're going to go back a little bit more, and we're going to heal up back here. You know, we're in the in a good spot with our location. You know, that's what the game's all about, right? Location, location, location. This is one of those days where I wish I had a rocket launcher. It would make the rebuild so much easier. He's focused on me. So we're gonna do a little bit of what I think the previous owner should have done. Like I said, it's a very aggressive real estate market. Alright, there's another one. So, you know, like I said, neighbors in this game are not the greatest. They really want to knock your home down, and I'm pretty sure there's a guy in there stashing up health. There's 2 other players left, I think. I myself and 2 others. I think that's where that 3 comes from. So this is like a newish feature of the game where everything kind of moves. I'm a fan of it. Alright, look at that, and I get a solo win. Built some beautiful homes today. Thank you for joining me. I had a nice 3 kills. My wife's here watching, so thank you everybody. This has been that's a good first episode, isn't it? That's a great first episode. We get a nice win. We get a solid couple rebuilds. I would have loved to have finished a home, really invest in it, and kind of put some time into it. But, you know, with the way the storms worked out, it was a good start, and we'll have to try it again here right now. We'll give it another game or so, and then we'll see if we can get a solid single home build. That's the biggest key. Is if you're willing to put in the time, if you can find a nice fire to build and keep your health up, you know, that's the key. If you can live in the storm for a while, you can really finish your dream home. Now, depends on your goal of the game. Is it to win? Is it to get new accessories? Is it to build a beautiful home? And that's really what matters to me, is building a beautiful home. And the win is always nice, of course. You can't turn down a solid win, but, you know, I would love to just build a place that I could rest in and take it easy for the retirement days and visit on the weekends while I'm still working, and, you know. So let's see, where are we going now, huh? Well, we got some nice locations. The map's taking us a good spot. Like I said, Tilted Towers is a tough place because the real estate market is aggressive. So we're gonna go over here to Dusty Divot. It's a area with some controversy, you know, some fallout from some previous seasons, you know, but I love the beautiful forest. I love trees. My wife loves trees. My allergies don't love trees, obviously. That's always tough. But, you know, the nice thing about this beautiful landscape is the views. Now, the hard part is the inside is kind of overrun, right? The vegetation here has destroyed a lot of the old buildings, but it wasn't a very homely area to begin with. So it was more of a science research lab for asteroids and such. So we've got some other neighbors moving in, so we're going to try to find a good drop-in spot right here. Maybe get some weapons. Yeah, nice. Like I said, I'm a big fan of oh, somebody's nearby. I don't know where they are. Oh, there they are. Oh, and they're behind me. Well, that one went a lot quicker than the last one. So, I didn't really get a good chance to build there. You know, sometimes that's the way it goes. Sometimes you drop in and you pick a bad neighborhood and you got to get out right away. That's the way the real estate market goes in Fortnite. We'll get one more game in here. We'll stream one more, and I'll try to be a little better with my selection with my neighborhood. You know, I thought that was probably going to be a little more time to build, but, you know, it is what it is. Alright, so we can always go back to the desert. I'm a big fan of the desert. Me and a lot of my buddies are big fans of the desert, but we'll try something different. Snobby Shores right now, with the way the Battle Pass challenges are, it is a hotbed. It is a real tough place to go. But you know what? We're going to go Pleasant Park. Pleasant Park's a beautiful neighborhood. It can get a little rough at times. You know, you get a decent number of people up there. But, you know, worst case, it's a nice spread out area. A lot of real estate, you know, you buy a home here, you're gonna get a decent lot, you know, with a nice, usually a nice view of the mountains around you, and you have a lot of green space for the community. The community's built really well for children and young families. There's not a ton of accessible, you know, goods like markets and stores, but, you know, like as you can see from up here, there's a soccer field, there's some beautiful homes. We've got some neighbors dropping in, so we know it's going to be a nice little hot spot. You know, you pick good neighborhoods and good people tend to follow. So we're going to come in here on through the roof. We're going to start the rebuild up top. Like I said, sometimes it's good to get in and work your way from the bottom up. Other times it's good to work your way top down. You know, one of the biggest things of the rebuild, I can always say this, get rid of the junk that the person left behind. You know, it may look like something you want to keep, but 99 out of 100 times, it's just that, junk. You know, you want to shred that stuff up real quick, get rid of the furniture. You know, it's not like you're gonna, like this teddy bear. Yeah, okay, but it might look cute, but at the end of the day, it might be infested with fleas. You know, or worse, something worse than that. These are some beautiful desks. You know, one thing you can consider is doing a yard sale before you start tearing everything down. That's always an option. So we're gonna keep doing this, get rid of some of this junk. Now, and we're gonna start taking these walls out. Look at this carpet. Ugh. This could have been beautiful hardwood. You could have used some beautiful rugs. You know, the bluish gray carpet's not as bad, but you know, the wallpaper is okay, but it's old. Look at, you know, it's just old. You know, sometimes wallpaper had its time, but a lot of people have kind of moved away from wallpaper. There have been some new developments in wallpaper. You know, that easy apply, easy remove wallpaper. You know, there's I think there's one of those ads out there that is about all the custom, like there's a custom business that does like, oh, we'll do custom wallpaper design for you. That might be interesting. If it's a home you're going to want to own for a while, and you really know your taste. It's kind of like a tattoo. You know, you get the wallpaper, you're going to be stuck with it for quite a while, you know? But that's kind of what you're buying into with wallpaper. And I got a little distracted. Somebody came in the front door. TB Jackson 34. Well, he gets to take over where I left off, and I'm going to leave you guys there. I want to thank you all for joining me on my first initial broadcast. We got a nice win to start. You know, we'll keep trying. Join us next time.